Hello everybody, welcome to the Forest job. Today's game is against Villareal. It's a big game for us because if we were to somehow manage to win today, it would give us 9 points from our first 9 available and all but secure qualification for the knockout stages of the Champions League, which in our first season back in the top flight of European competition would be one hell of an achievement, especially given the strength of the group that we're in. Looking at today's squad, you can see that we've got a couple of players that aren't exactly feeling it, so we will be making some slight changes. But that's literally all that we have to do in terms of the changes that we're going to make. Saelmakers and Pellegri coming in for Hlošek and Arkas. We'll leave Arkas and Hlošek both on the bench in case we need them, because the players that I would consider for replacing them aren't necessarily, well, Hadji's certainly not going to be any better, and to be honest, neither is Asun Sao. If we need them, we will risk the red arrow of Hlošek and the orange arrow of Arkas. But that's all the changes that we need to make for this game. We're going to get straight into it. After having a quick look on the left hand side, you can see that this is a team that is set up in such a way that I think we can get at them as long as we don't fall foul of their very aggressive midfield, which really has pushed a lot of players into almost support striker roles. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, but other than that, I think we're okay. So, Yellow Submarine versus Tricky Trees, it's kicking off right now. And let's keep our fingers crossed after what was probably our best performance ever yesterday in the FA Cup against Brentford. Anyone that says it was only Brentford is missing the point, because we've had trouble playing against teams like Barnsley in the FA Cup before, so the fact that we were able to dispatch Brentford so easily, especially since Brentford have been around the Premier League in the last couple of seasons, so they're not exactly a weak team. It's a really, really cool marker for us to have laid down. Players walk out on the pitch here at the Villareal Stadium. It's an away game for us. Of course, it will make it that much trickier. We're going to skip all of the pre-match stuff now and get into the game. Benefit of playing Saelmakers ahead of Hlošek, despite everything that I've said about Hlošek's defensive knowledge and abilities in the last couple of games, is that Saelmakers does actually have the ability to play at right back, and as such is defensively switched on. So it gives us a little extra. You see there, he's just won the ball for us. It gives us an extra defensive security, which, oh dear, very nearly cost ourselves there with some poor passing. Wilson in the middle for Camavinga. He's sold him a little bit short there. But Villareal are playing it safe, moving the ball backwards. Pellegri was looking to get onto that, couldn't quite manage it. It looks like the referee's given a free kick against Saelmakers on the right-hand side here. It's a nothing challenge, really. Both players in the air. Saelmakers, though, the more solid of the two, and that is why the free kick has been given against him. A shame, but there we go. Pedraza will restart the game with the free kick on the left-hand side of the Villareal defence. Pellegri picks it up, gives it to Saelmakers, comes back to Pellegri, who has the pace to get around his man. Into the middle for Hernandez, couldn't quite get to it. It was cut out before he could make the header, and that's a really poor pass, which is quite rightly intercepted. Get the free kick, and straight away we're back into it with Camavinga. And again, playing the ball through to Saelmakers. Couldn't quite make it Here's Wilson. Busquets. Back to Wilson. Into Hernandez. He's well around his man. Takes the shot. Great save. Brilliant save by the Villareal goalkeeper there. Low and down to his right-hand side. Good one-touch passing from Forest to get into the area and open up the chance for Hernandez, the Colombian centre-forward. And now a corner kick, which Harry Wilson will take. Out swinging as usual, trying to hit the near post. Busquets underneath it and just heads it wide of that left-hand post. But again, Nottingham Forest looking the more dangerous of the two sides. And they're playing a very high pressing system at the moment. Lots of confidence among these red-shirted players as Alex Collado looks to put one into the middle. It's cut out and Forest can restart proceedings. Here's Zayfouk. Looks to put one in ahead of Pellegrini, but Asenio is more than willing to come out and collect the ball. Pellegrini and Hernandez doing a pretty good job of cutting out the passing lanes, forcing Villareal to go long. Here's Harry Wilson. Hernandez called for it, couldn't quite get to the ball. And Busquets overruns a little bit to put us in a touch of trouble, although Salisu does well to win the header. And away we come again. Busquets, Sailmaker's a little bit isolated on this right-hand side. Plays it back to Zayfouk. Camavinga. Busquets. Wilson. That's nice from Sailmakers. Unfortunately, Zayfouk wasn't quite ready for it. And he's caught in possession. Villareal come away with the ball yet again. Danny Parejo, who I think used to play for Valencia, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm probably wrong, though. My European football knowledge is not as good as it once was. Here's Pellegrini, gets round his man. Can he find a cross? He does find a cross. Hernandez finds a header, but it's right into the hands of Asenio. And it's knocked very long. Salisu wins the header, but the second ball falls to a yellow-shirted player. Wilson gets a foot on, but again it just dribbles clear of his attentions, and Villareal pick it back up. Pedraza, good tackle from Camavinga, and he comes away with it. The long-legged Frenchman leading the charge down the right-hand side. Pellegrini can't hold on to the ball. For such a big, strong target man, he can't hold on to the ball particularly well in those kind of situations. It's a little bit disappointing, having let go a player like Cosgrove, who, oh dear, well, Gary Rodriguez very nearly getting in there, as I was distracted talking about old times with Sam Cosgrove. 0-0 at half-time. It is an away game, so I'm not too disappointed at that scoreline. We have been the better team, and we'll hope that in the second half we can do something to change things a little bit as we kick off in this second half with Hernandez to Busquets. It's Camavinga. Zayfouk. Camavinga again, into Wilson. Wilson will get to this first. Can he find a cross? He can. Hernandez. Oh, very nearly. The goalkeeper. I'm getting goalkeepers and referees mixed up an awful lot recently, and I don't know why. I think I'm going senile. So Hernandez does foul the defender. It will be a free kick, which the goalkeeper will take after the referee gave the free kick. There we go. I've got them unmixed in my head again. Great from Worrell. Really, really good from Worrell. Here's Wilson to Pellegrini, to Camavinga, out to Sailmakers. Can he find the cross? Well, he finds a cross, but it's certainly not the cross. Arsenio picks it back up and distributes the ball immediately. Oh, Pellegrini's looking to get onto that one. What are you doing, son? Should be working harder to intercept that. And Villareal have come away with the ball. Sailmakers. Ah, it's poor pass. It's a very poor pass. Sailmakers. Can he make up for that poor pass last time out? What is going on? I told him to shoot and nothing happened whatsoever. Eventually we managed to... Oh dear, look who it is. It's our old friend Oliver Burke. Looks like he got a move away from Sheffield United after last season. And he has been known to pop up and get a goal against us. So I'll have to keep an eye out on him as we go over the hour mark in this game. Neither team having found the back of the net yet. That's nice. Sailmakers looking for Busquets. Finds him. Oh, Pellegrini again just can't quite hang on to the ball. I think we're going to have to make a change in that area because it's really not come off for him today. It's a shame after what was a fantastic game last time out. We'll actually put that change into motion now. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Camavinga on the ball, bringing it forward. Ay, ay, ay. It's just the margins, they're against us this time out, whereas everything went for us last time. This time around, everything's just that little bit harder, as you would expect, because this is the premier competition in all of Europe. And we're playing a team that, no discredit to Brentford, but they are slightly better than Brentford are. That's a very good save. Camavinga. Into Hernandez. Oh. That's good from Pellegrini, but Sailmakers is dispossessed. Looking for through balls when I should be passing into feet here. I don't know what's going on. My players are near the ball, but they're just not competing for it. Bianda. Here's Wilson. Alright, Nori. We made that change nearly on the hour mark. It's now 82 minutes. We've got no time left for those changes to make any difference. Alright, Nori into the middle for Hernandez. Hernandez with another chance, perhaps. Arsenio with another save. They've been very good defensively today. Villareal. Not that good, though. Hernandez! Oh, it's off the post! Could you believe it? Unbelievable. I would have put my money on him scoring there. And he's completely missed it. those changes are not going to be made because the ball has not gone out of play. That is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen. Well, 0-0 is not necessarily the result that we were after here, but it's still a very good result nonetheless against one of the better teams in our group. 7 shots to Villareal's 1. Unai Emery has got the better of us today, but I swear not next time. So Nubel getting a 6.5 in goal, making the 1 save. Camavinga, man of the match with a 7. Saelmaker's not really doing too much for us today. I wonder if perhaps he's more of a squad player than I immediately thought. We certainly missed something today with Hlošek not being on that side of the pitch. Perhaps in future we can look at Harry Wilson playing on the right-hand side. That is his registered position. And throwing Victor Malejo on the left-hand side. But anyway, here's the rest of the scores from match day 3. Roma and Anderlecht also holding each other to a 0-0 draw. So our group has been a very, very boring group. In fact, I think it's the only group that has not had any goals scored in it today. A fair number of draws in today's match day. Let's have a look at how that affects our particular group. And, well, it's quite tight, isn't it, actually? I think we're going to need more than 10 points to guarantee our conveyance into the next round of the competition. We are, however, still 3 points ahead of Roma and Villareal, which is better than being behind them. So there we go, a much shorter episode of the Forest Job than you've had in the last couple of days. Apologies again for that, but you know, things needed talking about, and there you are. That's how it is. So thank you very much for watching. When we come back next time, I think it will be for a match in the Premier League. It may even be for Liverpool. We'll have to wait and see. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.